it's George here. So you guys might be asking, why am I playing guitar today? And no, today we're not having a guitar lesson, but it is related because I personally love learning new hard skills, only if I'm interested, of course. So as I learned these different skills and I picked up learning psychology to help me learn guitar when I was in university, I just want to share with you some of the tips that I've learned that can virtually help you learn any hard skills fast. And I do dare say that most coaches out there would probably not teach you about this, especially the last one. So, number one, technique isolation. If you're learning a particular technique that's difficult to perform, one of the things that you need to get a little creative with your imagination is what kind of simple movements is it that is put together to create this more complex movement. And then from there, when you're able to do all the simple movements without much effort, you try to transfer that same feeling of relaxed state over to your more complex movement. But one of the common mistakes that people make when they actually do this is that when they break it down to a more simple movement, their simple movement doesn't replicate that movement of that complex technique. So here you gotta be a little bit more careful if you're actually breaking it down right. And number two, speed control. I used to think that if you're going to perform something fast, you're gonna have to learn it fast. So you have a kind of like a different mode for playing fast and playing slow, which means if I'm going to want to learn how to play fast, I'll have to practice fast all the time, right? Wrong. If you have completely lost what's going on when everything is all sped up, slow it down a little bit to figure out what is going on with your coordination. Typically, it's not that you need more muscle to get the speed up. Frankly, it is simply because your coordination sucks. So even feel free to just close your eyes, to just focus more on the coordination between your arms and legs or whatever your technique is. And visualization has also been a technique that's been scientifically researched for a long time and is proven to improve your techniques virtually as good as actual practice. Yes, virtually. No puns intended. It just somehow happened. And number three, time restriction. If you've ever learned any musical instrument in your life, having something like a metronome that provides a time restriction on the timing of your action, it will help you set the rhythm so that you know if your arms and legs are being at the right place at the right time with the exact right force. And once your body adapts to that rhythm, it helps provide you consistency in predicting the success rate of what you practice. Gradually, you learn how to relax and allow the subconscious to take over that skill for you. Now that I've mentioned about metronomes, if you ever practice with a metronome to a point that you got so bored and tired that you're about to fall asleep, that's called the alpha state. And that's actually the best state you want to be in when you're learning because it actually engages more of your subconscious mind. And at the same time, not so much that you just simply pass out. Unless you're really just trying to get some sleep without someone hitting you in the back of your head. So number four, tracing. As you try to figure things out, how to position your body, and when you have found that ideal path of motion your body needs to perform to result in the action that you want, you also work on following the same trail every single time. The idea is the same as a race car driver trying to take that same corner with his ideal path every single time to practice consistency. Or to put it in layman terms, it is like tracing ABCs in your copybook when you first learn how to write. Number five, what is tension? While you're using all the techniques mentioned above, do you remember how your instructor or your coach always talk to you about tension and how you gotta relax? I want you to try this experiment. Try to clench your fists so hard that you start to see red over on your fist. And then I want you to suddenly try to expand it the opposite direction. Do you still feel that tension on this side of the hand? It makes it not so easy to spread your fingers, right? So if your motions are tense, it is the minor form of this experience. And one of the easiest ways to find out if you are tense or not, ask yourself this question. Do I feel lazy when I am performing this action? Another experiment that I like to show my students, especially if you are playing guitar. Try to flick your finger as fast as you can. And then I would ask the question, think think back when you're playing guitar. Do you see your fingers moving as fast as you flick them? And you see how relaxed your finger is? Now, try to transfer that feeling onto your playing. So this shows that for the most part, we already have that speed. It's just that we can't coordinate at that speed. So anyhow, if you have any questions about any of these tips, feel free to leave a comment below or just shoot me a message. Hit subscribe, keep on hunting your dreams, and I'll see you all next time round. Bonus tip, if you're a guitar player like me, one bonus tip that I can give you is to try to practice with a metronome so slow that your fingers simply can't respond based on how much you know the song. This is going to help break down any bad habits that you have if you've been practicing the song the wrong way. And at the same time, you're gonna make the right sequence so ingrained into your head, you won't ever forget it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.